Welcome back to another masterclass. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker for tonight. His name is Julbert, and he helps coaches and consultants scale from 6 to 7 figures using LinkedIn. So he is also the host of a podcast called the Small Biz Tip Podcast. He's a serial entrepreneur, but he is the LinkedIn guy. Okay, so tonight he is going to be teaching you guys how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a cash machine. And I'm super excited about that because me personally, I'm handicapped when it comes to LinkedIn, and I'm like rolling in the dough when it comes to Instagram and everything else. So sit down, relax, and enjoy the ride because Julbert is going in. Thank you for joining us, Julbert. You have the floor.
Thank you for having me. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello, hello. You can say hi in the chat. I'm very interactive, so I might just pick on you and just ask you questions. I'm excited to be here. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I'm sharing it now. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Perfect. Cool. So today we're going to talk about how to turn your LinkedIn account into a cash machine. All right. So how many of you are entrepreneurs? If you're an entrepreneur, either raise your hand or let me know in the chat, yeah, nay, or even unmute because we're a nice, intimate group today. All entrepreneurs?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I love it. All right, good. Any entrepreneurs in training? That means you still got a 9 to 5. You're not fully a full-time entrepreneur yet, so you're slowly moving out. So we call them entrepreneur in training. If you all let us know in the chat, I'm gonna use the chat. I'm gonna ask questions. How many of you are currently using LinkedIn every day? Beside Bruce.
Not every.
Good, good. We got Kayla. Okay, good. All right. To make it fun, I'm curious to hear from each of you. What is one thing you would like to learn in this masterclass today? We'll start with, did I see your name right? Romier?
Yep.
All right, cool. So we'll start with you, and then after that, we'll ask Michelle and then Bruce. What is one thing you would like to learn in the masterclass today?
Oh, well, it looks like I came on the right day because I'm with Christina on that. I'm handicapped when it comes to LinkedIn, but I've heard so many good things about LinkedIn. So I actually have an account. I actually was a little active on it, like I would say in the past like 3 months. Still kind of, I don't really know what I'm doing. So yeah, that's what it is for me.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We can definitely share some nuggets. Michelle?
Hi, I'm with everyone else as well. I had LinkedIn for a while, and I actually started back LinkedIn, I think last week, but actually sending messages to the people I follow and telling them about my scrub line. And I got in some response saying, hey, I'm going to check out the website. I got some that just read the message, but I need, to be into a depth. I know it's how you pitch and the wording. So I need some assistance when it comes to LinkedIn because I know that's where all the professional personnels are at.
Cool. So you have a scrub line?
Yes, a medical scrub line.
Okay, who are you looking to sell it to?
Nurses, anyone in the healthcare field.
Okay, like actual hospital, the procurement team, or?
Yes, that is the ultimate goal, to be contracted with hospitals.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna look into that to see how we can help you with that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kayla.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I have absolutely. I set up LinkedIn like maybe 10, 11 years ago, and it still has the same picture of me from when I was in college. My LinkedIn is geared more towards healthcare because I wear now currently wearing 2 hats, healthcare and real estate. My LinkedIn will be more for my healthcare side because eventually I end up planning on having some type of elder care situation that's coming down the pipeline.
What are you doing in healthcare now?
Right now I'm a nurse. I work as an ICU nurse and I do travel nursing. Right now I'm in Houston, which is home for me, so it's perfect.
Awesome. Cool. 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 Antoine? I think he's on mute. I go to the next one. Diana? Okay, she's on mute too. We'll do Bruce.
I actually want to talk about optimizing a profile.
Okay.
Maybe having a call to action in there. Something I don't know, something so when we start running ads, it makes sense. It's driving conversions.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, we'll definitely cover that. We might ask me the question a little bit later when we're talking about profiles, so then maybe I can pull up yours and give you guys some feedback right there and then. Awesome. Cool. All right. I hope I got everybody. Oh, Marie,
Yes.
what's one thing you would like to learn in the class today?
One thing I would like to learn. I feel like
About
the same
LinkedIn.
how to drive more people, or are you doing how to set it up so where it's like nice, the look of it, the visual of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over a couple things to help. I'll go through it, and then if you got questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. So this is for entrepreneurs, marketers, consultants, coaches, investors. We're gonna go over why LinkedIn is one of the best kept secret. A lot of people see LinkedIn just as a job platform and don't realize the power that it has in the back end. So we're gonna talk about how to build your foundation the right way and also how to network the right way, right? It's who, not how. And also tools. I'm gonna give you guys some tools that can help with massive exposure really quickly. So before I start, a little bit about me. Name is Julbert. I'm originally from Haiti, came to the United States 24 years ago. And this was the last picture I took before the pandemic, where I used to do those live trainings. This was actually in Orlando, Florida. So that's one thing that I do a lot is I go to different cities and do training. Now I do them on Zoom. So they're from my house in Georgia. This is my why on what I do everything. On the left is my wife and I in our office here. And on the right is my mom and my two sisters. This is my reason to do everything that I do. Like I mentioned, from Haiti, speak different languages, serial entrepreneur, adjunct professor, MBA, host a podcast, work with over 700 clients. And we basically have a program where we teach people how to use LinkedIn. And we also have a mentorship where we teach people how to start their own LinkedIn consulting business if they want to create an additional stream of income. Some of the clients we work with, NYU, Wells Fargo Advisors, Fordham Universities. So a lot of different industries, a lot of different companies. So I've been fortunate over the past 8 years to see what has worked really well, what hasn't worked. So I'll be more than happy to give you guys some tips on things that you can do. All right. So to get the ball started, I want you to think about this, right? Let's say, even if you're like a real estate investor or, a sales trainer, you've done an awesome job for your client, right? They say, you need to talk to Bruce, right? And they're like, okay, before they even reach out to you, the first thing they'll do is they'll Google you, right? How many people have Googled people before, right? That's your research. That's the best way that you do your research, right? So when you Google somebody, and I want to show you guys this really quickly. I'm gonna Google my name. My full name is Julbert Jeff Abraham, but the middle name is silent. As you see here, the first thing that pop up is my LinkedIn account, right? So LinkedIn has an amazing relationship with Google. And the beauty about that is it's one of the most trusted source. It's actually the number one trusted social media platform. So when somebody sees something on LinkedIn, they believe it, right? So it's important to have that first big impression if somebody gonna do some research on you to get your profile set up. In addition to that, there's over 810 million members around the world, right? Just in the US, 185 million. I hear somebody saying they got a couple Airbnbs. I don't know if they're arbitrage. If they're arbitrage, imagine tapping into some of the biggest property groups or property management groups and be able to partner with them. So now you can scale your Airbnbs. Or if you're a sales trainer like Bruce, imagine just tapping into startups who just got capitals and be able to become their sales trainer as they build out their team, right? Being able to tap into that, that's could be massive. Or if you're just a real estate investor, like I think somebody said they're a travel nurse and investing or and have real estate, imagine building a syndication and be able to start identifying funds that you can partner with and to do major deals. So that's the power of LinkedIn, is be able to tap into these different group and networks of people, and that can help you grow and scale almost any businesses, right? So 185 million people in the US, right? 85 million in India, 55 million in Brazil. This thing is growing everywhere. So think about being able to access those professionals. And like I mentioned, it's number one most trusted social media platform. So when you first get on LinkedIn, or if you have a profile, you never touch it in a long time, first thing first, before you do anything, follow the steps I'm going to share here in the foundation. You can take a screenshot of this, take a picture on your phone, but follow these exact steps. First thing first is develop an action plan before marketing your business on LinkedIn, right? So what's that going to be? Who I'm going to reach out to? Why? What kind of content? What are some of the challenges that they're having? How I'm going to be able to help them, and so forth. Then the second piece is optimize your LinkedIn profile. I'll give you all some tips in a second and go over one of our clients' profile on how you guys can do the same thing. And then the third piece, this is where, Bruce, from the question you asked about, okay, how do I add a link for monetizing it? Well, in your profile, you can add a link to your, believe you have a book, to your book. So anybody that goes to your profile, that see your content, they can click on that link and go straight to the sales page and be able to buy. So using the feature section, you can do that, right? You can also tell a story by identifying their pain points and the solution to it. And also be able to share case studies and testimonials, right? Because that LinkedIn profile is not just a resume holder, resume builder. Think of it as your landing page or your sales page that's representing you to the world, right? So think about how you can position that to really share the value that you bring to your target audience. All right, so I'll take one example. One of our clients, Taz, I'm going to go to her LinkedIn so you guys can see exactly how we have her structure her LinkedIn. So she's a consultant. She's in a high ticket space. So her program started at 10K. Waiting for this to load. If you guys can see my screen, let me know.
It's
See her
loading.
profile?
Yeah,
Give
there
me
we
a
go.
thumbs up or perfect. All right. So as you see here, a couple things to pay attention to, right? First, in your profile, make sure you add a banner image in the back, right? Even if you, let's say you follow me, you see I have a banner image that has my text number where people can text me and be opting in on my list. Then you need to have a nice headshot. You don't need to be too buttoned up. You still could be yourself on LinkedIn, right? Over here, this is crucial. This is where you really highlight how you help who you help, right? So she said, transforming how solo consultant and fractional CXOs become remarkably referable and limit the sales grind, right? So she's really putting the picture for them on how she can help them, okay? So you want to make sure you have that. Then the second piece is the feature section, right? So she has a newsletter, so she's able to build her subscription. And newsletter is a great way to market yourself on LinkedIn because everybody that's in your network can get that newsletter. So imagine you put a newsletter once a week. That's a consistent visibility to people in your network, right? She has over 400 people subscribed to that. Then you could have additional document. This is where you would add a link to your book as well. Or if you want to book a call with someone, you're able to add there. You can also add video testimonials there. If you go on my profile really quickly, you'll be able to see how I do it a little bit different, where I have a link. If somebody want to book a podcast, they can click here, take them right to the podcast page. But if you scroll here, I have the video testimonials. I have the link to my book. And I also have additional, some of my training, coaching program that I've done, live training and coaching, and an interview on my podcast that I was on. Now, the power of this is that somebody came here, saw all these, and made a decision if they wanted to work with me or not, right? By just looking at this alone. So the feature section is crucial because if you position it the right way, you can definitely create business for yourself, right? Another key thing is once you start putting content on LinkedIn, you want to turn on creator mode so more people can see your content. because once you do that, you can add specific hashtags on there. So then when you put out content, people that follow these hashtags will be able to see some of your content. All right. Now, the big thing, client's profile, if you scroll down, this is where a lot of people mess up. And I think this is something all you guys can do really well is right here, your about section. This is how you leverage LinkedIn to really sell what you do. So you want to highlight some of their pain points. So if somebody fit those pain points, they're reading like, "Ooh, that's me." Oh yes, that I'm just like that. And then she provide how her solution helped them. Right? So she literally broke it down. And then if you want to book a time, boom, you could put a call to action at the end. So you could structure your profile where you highlight the pain points, you highlight the solutions, and you highlight how they can get in touch with you or attend one of your events and so forth. So think about your about section as like your landing page where you actually doing the selling, but you're doing it very subtle. Yes, testimonial, pain point, solution. Boom, you got it. All right. So that's part of the profile. Now, another piece of the profile, we talk about the about section, is the experience section. So if you have a specific company that you run, maybe get a company page set up, write the name of the company page. Fantastic. I love it. Taking action, Bruce. That's what I'm talking about. And then the other piece is recommendations, right? That's huge. People that you've worked with being able to add those recommendations on the profile help stand you apart from everybody else. So with that said, I want to share a quick story from one of our clients. His name is Mark. He owns an agency in Philadelphia and he does SEO. So when he came to us, he really wasn't sure how he was going to use LinkedIn because it's a local business. So we had him go through the plan, set it up, revamp his LinkedIn profile. And by just making those minor tweaks on his profile, someone came to his page, read it, end up hiring him for 12 grand. Right? Think about it. In a week, he was able to make $12,000 because his profile was updated. Think about how powerful that is if that profile is in front of the right person and you're highlighting that. Another example is Connie. She worked with seniors, right? She is senior care advisors. You think, okay, there's no seniors on LinkedIn. What can she do with this? Well, guess what? She used LinkedIn two ways. One, in her profile, she really structured her profile in an emotional manner, meaning that she shared her story on why she started working with seniors. And guess what? Somebody read that story. They felt connected to it because they went through the same thing with their parents. They end up hiring her within 24 hours. She made $3,500. So by just positioning your profile the right way, you can make money with it. So think about how you structure your profile to bring in potential opportunities for yourself. All right. So that's the power of the profile. Do you guys have any question on the profile before I go to secret number 2? Is that helpful? Let me know yeah or nay in the chat or give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys some value here. Awesome. Thank you, Ramir.
Very helpful.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Fireballs. Good. All right. Second piece. This is where it gets exciting. All right. A lot of people don't realize on LinkedIn, people say, yeah, you put your resume on there, but these are people, right? 810 million people. So the power of it is in the network. So the person I showed you guys earlier, Connie, one of the things she made that allowed her to meet over 6 figures just from LinkedIn is building a network of hospitals that refer business to her. All right. So I want you to think about that a little bit. Your network on LinkedIn is your net worth. So it's who, not how. So it's how do you build that network, right? And be able to collaborate. That's the big keyword. A lot of people forget about that. How do I collaborate with people? So that's an easy way to make some real good money with LinkedIn is by identifying that. So another tool that helps you do that faster is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And I'm going to take a couple examples. Bruce, you don't mind if I use you again?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I mean, you taught me everything I knew.
All right. So once you get your profile set up, you start putting out content, you become active, you can sign up for what's called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, it's you get the first month free. After that, they charge about $100 a month. However, if you're using it the right way, that $100 is worthwhile. Okay. And the way you would use Sales Navigator, for example, let's take Bruce. He's a sales trainer. You work with tech startups, right, Bruce?
Yes, sir.
All right. So imagine you want tech startups that got money, because that's the big thing. You could be a startup, but you need money. So with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I can do a search and go for account filters that will show me the companies, right? Because I can target. I want to do is I'm going to pick headcount, right? So I'm going to pick companies that's like 11 or 50 employees. They're not super small, but they're still small business. Then let's take startups in the software development space as an example, right? Because you have a lot of software company that's coming out from everywhere, all right? Once you do these two things alone, LinkedIn is gonna pull up companies that has 11 or 50 employees that are in the software development space. As you can see, there's a bunch of them here. Then the next step I want you to do is go into Spotlight, where it said recent activity. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna pick startups that got funded in the past 12 months.
What?
So guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna show me startups who just got money, right? Let's take a company, I'll show you an example, right? 244 startups pop up. This one's named Junko Software Development. They got 49 employees. If I click on one funding event, they just raised $10 million for the Series A. So what does that mean, right? They raised $10 million. They have to spend that money to grow. Bruce able to tap into that, reach out to their founders, co-founders, build a relationship and say, hey, since you guys are going to be using that $10 million Series A to grow your business, how about I help with the training aspect to make sure your team is set up properly so you can double and triple that money. All right. So that's one way you can use it. Now, here's another way you can use it, right? Let's say you have Airbnbs and this company is located not too far from where you are. Why not build a relationship with them when they have people coming to town, they have clients coming to town, instead of going to the hotels, they'll partner with you. And now they're able to send that business your way. You see what I mean? So think about how you can leverage those relationships. And that's just one example. Sales Navigator, you can do so much more, but just so you guys can have an idea on what's possible on there. I see Fireball. That's good. Okay, if you guys love this, let me get some Fireball in the chat. Good, good, good. Thank you. So this alone can make you a lot of money. And guess what? You don't need a gazillion companies. You can focus out of 200, focus on 100 or 10. And the whole key here is to build relationships with the people, because these companies are not big enough yet. Like Wismico, right? 30 million in Series A. Observable, 35 million. Those two companies alone, that's about $65 million. Plus you have this one on top, they got 10, that's 75 million. And this one got another 16 million. What? That's a little over 81, was it $91 million? That's close to $100 million of opportunity that's right here. So imagine you're able to tap into those 4 companies. Let's say you don't even get all 4, you got 2 to do business with you. And you really just got to think outside the box a little bit. Guess what? You already know they got money and they have to spend this money. So position yourself where it is the person that's providing a service to help them. All right. So that's the power of Sales Navigator. That's one way. Now let's think about can you guys shout out some of the target audience that you have? Somebody I think mentioned they wanted to get into the healthcare place, hospitals, right? Who said they wanted to get into
I did.
hospitals? All right, cool. So I'm gonna show you something real quick. Hospitals. And if you really want to get your product in hospitals, you need to talk to procurement. So first you target hospitals. Then you could find hospitals who just got changes in leadership. So that way you know, okay, these people just been hired for the past 3 months. You focus on them because now they're excited. They're just like United Health Group, right? I'm just gonna take them as an example. It was the first one that popped up. They just hired a chief AI officer, a VP of machine learning. You can start identifying people here you can build relationship with. And that's your way in the door. That's one way. The other way is you can target by the specific department. So we can say, okay, let's target people that are maybe in procurement. All right. So I'm going to show all filters. Now we're talking industry, job title, procurement. Let's say procurement manager, director of procurement. So you want the boss of the bosses. Boom. All right, so we got director of procurement and we have procurement managers. So we have about 4,500 people, and these are all different hospitals. What part of the country are you in?
And you at South Florida.
Okay, so you're in Florida. All right, so we're gonna go geography. We can do geography by zip code. So we can do like 5-10 mile radius from where you at, or we could do by town, or we could do by state. So let's do Florida just to kind of give you an idea. All right, now there's 112 procurement manager in Florida, Baycare Health System, Cambio Diagnostics, Jackson Health System. I don't know all the health systems in Florida, but these seems to be kind of big. Have you heard of Jackson Health System before?
Yes, I heard of them. Yeah, they're big.
Good. So
They're
here's the
one of
guy that's in
big
charge of
trauma centers.
procurement. He's the manager in procurement services. So you would want to, one, build relationship with a guy like him, not just one, you want 2 or 3. And the way you would approach them is say, hey, I have a product that can benefit your hospitals and your team. What's the process to become one of your preferred vendor? Okay. When you say it that way, they're gonna give you the step-by-step on how to become a vendor. And once you're a vendor within the organization, now the floodgates open up, because then you can start tapping into the different division within there and mention the fact that, hey, I'm one of the vendor of the health system. You know, how do I go about doing business with your side of the organization?
Thank you,
Is
thank
that
you.
helpful?
Very, very.
Awesome. Good, good, good. So that's the power of Sales Navigator, guys. Being able to use it to do things like that. Oh, can I do real estate? Yes. Tell me more about real estate, Marie. What are you looking to do? Give me some examples. You can unmute.
I don't know why I was trying to type in new development located between like Fort Lauderdale, Davie, or Weston.
Okay, so with the development, you want to focus more because it's not going to show you new development right away. You want to focus more on the developers, right? So are you working with, or do you want to work with real estate developers?
I do want to work with real estate developers. So to either try to see if I can get on the team and become the in-house realtor, or just figure out how I can work with them on selling the property that's coming out.
So here's what I would do. You in Florida?
Yes, sir. South Florida.
Okay, what part of South Florida?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. So Miami area. Got it. Miami, Fort Lauderdale area.
Fort Lauderdale. Just Fort Lauderdale, not Miami.
Cool. Gotcha. There you go. Cool, cool. Now, do you do stuff only in Fort Lauderdale, or you do them like all over?
I only work for Lauderdale, Davie, and the Weston area.
Gotcha.
That is my market.
All right. Cool. All right. So there's like 120 real estate developer in Fort Lauderdale. So the next thing I would do is I would start looking at, okay, for these real estate developer, which one are serious developers? Because, you know, you have some people that kind of say they're developer, but they're not really developers.
Yeah.
So I would start looking at, okay, let me see what kind of content they're posting, right? Or if they're posting anything at all. So here I can see who posted in the past 30 days and who also was in the news. If anybody was in the news in the past 30 days, that's a good thing, because then I can see, okay, maybe they have a project that they're put out there. All right. And for example, this guy, Acme Development, He looks like he might be legit. He's been doing this for 33 years. Let's see here. Move my mouse. So, yep. And he owns several companies. My man is a real estate developer, telecom executive. Okay, so he's legit. And he has several different companies. Cool. So he's like a super entrepreneur. So what I would do is look a little bit deeper on a guy like him. So go through his LinkedIn profile, identify, what are some commonalities that we have, see what kind of content he's posting. Because if he has any projects coming up or he has any projects he's working on, I can tap into that. So that's one route. The other route is when you drive around and you start seeing those developing, the different area that's being developed, and you see the name of those companies, look for the name of those companies on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And then you start tapping into the people that works there. You don't want just the developer, you want the team around them, right? It's better if somebody that's in the developer's team, like maybe their architect or their coordinator or somebody within their team, introduce you to that developer, because sometimes a lot of people are gunning for the developer and they're basically don't answer to anyone. Make sense?
Right. Yes. Thank you
So
so much.
start identifying 2 to 3 people within their team in that company that are in different roles, and see what you guys have in common. Another thing, I'll give you another gem. You're a realtor, right? Did you
Yes.
go to any specific school, like any colleges in Florida or outside of Florida?
No, I went to the Art
Okay.
Institute.
No, that's fine, because guess what? There are people who went to the Art Institute that became architect. So you can tap into the alumni network of the Art Institute and be able to see who's went there that, or let me put it up real quick. Oh, my time is almost up. Yeah, sorry. You could look at what's that specific school. I'm gonna take one as an example. Uh, so the B Institute, Art Institute. Art Institute, is it in Philly or is it in Florida?
It's Philly.
Okay. Oh, so you went to the one in Philly. Awesome. All right. So, because they got one in Atlanta, Georgia, so they got them everywhere. But just to kind of show you, you could tap into the alumni network and start identifying who are architects, who are developers who went to the Art Institute. Right? So that's an easy way in, because you can leverage the fact that you guys have a similar background. Make sense?
Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right. So that sales, you're welcome. That Sales Navigator, give you guys some example. One of our clients, Eric, he went through our agency program where we set up his LinkedIn and then did outreach for him. He runs a company that does mobile oil change. So he will go to people home and office and change their car oil, right? And that's very tiring and it's not very lucrative. So he said, okay, how do I get more cars faster? So he started looking into fleet managers. So we tapped into Sales Navigator, helped them set it up, and he got Verizon as one of his clients, a 6-figure client, right? From LinkedIn. So he didn't need a lot, just need that one good one. And then he helped Verizon just service the Northeast region for them, where he does all the oil change for some of their fleets. So that's one thing that he did. I'll give you guys another example. Lou, he used LinkedIn to get municipalities and universities as clients by tapping into the CFO network. Bill is a good one. He was one of our clients back in 2016, and he is in the energy space, and he was targeting manufacturing company. So I told him, hey, do this, target by CFOs, target them by LinkedIn groups. And he was able to get a company that does, where he helped them save money on energy, and he's been getting paid on that company for the past 7 years, right? So that became residual income for him. Then he was able to do about $500,000 from LinkedIn. So, so it's he used it to really go to the next level. The last piece is once you have the profile running, yes.
Sorry.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you pretty well. Ramir, did you have a question? Your hand. We had a hand up for a little bit. I want to make sure we didn't get too far down the road.
Thanks, bro. It's not a major question, but so this is all like when you were doing this search thing, this is called is it Navigator? What was it?
Sales Navigator, yeah.
Okay, that's all through that, all the search engines where you can look up all of this. Sales Navigator, LinkedIn.
You can, yes, if you want to take it to a new level, you can do like some basic search, but to go deep, like I went and start identifying by specific zip codes, by people in specific role, Sales Navigator. That's the one you want to use, because that really allow you to, because LinkedIn has all this data about us, right? But we just don't know about it on how to tap into it. So that's what that tool allow you to do.
And you
cool.
said
Was that helpful?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Then I said, was that helpful?
Yes. It's
okay.
So the first month is free, and then the next month is $100 a month after that.
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
It's $100 a month. If you do month to month, you can also do the annual plan where they give you 20% off.
Got you. Yeah, pretty cool. Good stuff.
Awesome. Good. We're not done. Trust me. I got a couple other things that can help you. So here's where it gets exciting, right? Once you have your profile running, you put in content, you start building that network of quality people that you're doing business with, you start making some money. Then you start looking at running advertising. Now, what makes ad really exciting is I can do a video or walkthrough of a property, or I can do a video of exactly, what I do, what I offer, how that can help a specific group. And I can run ads to any companies that I want. So if I want everybody at Google to know exactly what I do and how I can help them, I can run ads and only people at Google will see my ads. So that become extremely powerful, especially if you're looking to scale your business. Maybe you're looking to create partnership with, for example, we had a client during the real estate funding space, right? So they're looking to raise capital. We run ads on Goldman Sachs managing directors and Jeffries and Blackstone managing directors. These guys, they're already doing multiple 6 figures, 7 figures in salary, and they're looking to just invest their money. So we ran ads solely to these people, and he was able to get qualified leads of people that said, hey, I'm willing to invest 100,000 if the deal makes sense. Right? So that's another way to use LinkedIn advertising to get you in front of the right people. All right. So think of it like adding gasoline on the fire. These are example of clients we run ads for where they generate leads from LinkedIn, right? 172 leads in 30 days, 300 leads in 30 days. So you can use it to generate leads. You can use it to create awareness. Let's say you're pitching your program. Let's say, for example, you're going to pitch to a health system, right? Your scrub product. I would run video ads to all the employees in that hospital or that health system. So then when I start pitching it, I run the video ads for about 1 or 2 months. They keep seeing my face and they had to know who I am. So when they get that email, that name is familiar to them. They're like, oh, I've seen this name already. You know what I mean? They feel more comfortable opening that email, replying to that email. So leverage the advertising side. And some tips for you guys, if you ever want to run ads on LinkedIn, have a company page. That's where you run ads. You can analyze your competitors to see what they're doing and how you can do better. You can run campaign manager. For people that do Airbnb, if you decide, hey, I want to do turnkey Airbnb for other people, think about using LinkedIn to find people that will invest in your turnkey program so that you can set up their Airbnb for them, right? So that's how you would leverage the ads. Now, some tools to help you guys out. We spoke about Sales Navigator. There's another tool called Jasper, which is like a artificial intelligence tool that write content for you. So if you like, oh, I don't have time or I don't feel like writing content, you put specific keywords in Jasper and the robot will write out your content for your post. There's Mixmax that help with cold email. Let's say you find all these hospitals you want to work with. You can use a tool like Wizard to get their email address and then set up Mixmax to send out the email on automation. And you'll know when they open the emails. So every time you see somebody open the emails, they're open it 2 or 3 times, you know they're really interested. And then you pick up the phone and call them. And they're like, oh, I was just reading your email, not knowing you actually That's when you actually know what's going on in the back end. There's another company called Signal Hire. This one is cool, where not only it'll give you their emails and all that, but it gives you all their social media platforms. So people that are hard to find on other platforms, you can start tapping into their Instagram and their Twitter and really get to know them on a personal level before you even reach out to them. And a big one is Crystal Knows. This one it tells you someone's personality. So when you're emailing somebody or you writing them on LinkedIn, it tells you how you should write and communicate with them for them to respond back to you. So if you write certain way, it will say, based on the digital footprint of that person, you should write the email this way. So hopefully these tips and tools are beneficial to you guys and really help you take your business to the next level. Most of us don't really have a lead problem. Guess what, guys? We have an attention problem. We just need more people to know who we are, what we do, so they can do business with us. We need more eyeballs, right? So quick recap, build your foundation, target the sales using Sales Navigator, put gas on the fire with ads. And can I ask all y'all a question? Have you guys got value from this? Let me know in the chat. Yes, no?
Yes,
Sure,
most
Miss Steph.
definitely.
Sure.
Awesome.
Super
I
games.
love it. Good. How many people are missing out on money by not choosing LinkedIn?
I am.
I think we all are.
It's
Good,
crazy.
good. So with that said, I wanna pick two people to give me a takeaway. Ramir, what's one of your takeaway?
Definitely that search engine. Yeah, that's kind of insane. How much data they actually have, and how you were able to break it down to like pretty much each person that's here right now, and we're all doing all different things and how it can be utilized. So that's probably my biggest takeaway for sure. But everything was
Awesome.
great.
Good, good, good. Michelle.
Same here, the search engine and how you're able to make connections with people, you know, who you would never have thought you could make connection with. And also the last slide with the email, and you can see if they open it, you can call. That's just, and then the personality, you know, because like I told you, like I had just started going back on LinkedIn and some responded and some just left it on red. So for you to know their personality is, you know, how to approach them. Because it could have been like, oh, it's just whatever, but that's dope.
Yeah. Good, good. Glad this is helpful. And for everyone here, a gift for you guys, if you want to take it to the next level, a LinkedIn strategy session with me or someone in my team, I'll put the link in the chat. Basically, 15-minute conversation. We'll look at your LinkedIn, we'll give you some tips. And if we see that we can help you, we'll share how. If not, take those advantage of those tips and go ahead and make it happen, get some more wins. So that's it for me for today. Please connect with me, follow me on LinkedIn. And then I'll put my link in the chat if you guys want to book a time to speak to me.
Yep.
Julbert, that was
And I'm done. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Julbert. Like, we appreciate you coming and doing this masterclass and pouring into the community and educating us so that we could get our paper up so we can start scaling. I cannot believe that I've been neglecting LinkedIn. It's crazy. I'm like over here shaking my head like, what? I feel like I was in a college course right now. Like the way you was breaking it all down. But we appreciate you so much. And I know that you already were answering questions during the masterclass. I just wanted to know if anyone else had any final questions, comments, or concerns for Julbert. And I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take the 15-minute link to book a call with him, and I will definitely text it to everyone as soon as we get off this call. And you guys also, follow him on LinkedIn, follow him on Instagram, and what other social profiles you have?
Yeah.
I have everything. YouTube, you can just Google me.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. We really, really, really appreciate you. So you need to connect with Julbert. This is the LinkedIn guy, okay? He's gonna help you get your profile up. He's gonna help you monetize on there and scale your business using LinkedIn, okay? I'm super duper duper excited. And what about Julbert? Why you don't tell them about your course?
Oh, yes, I do have a program. It's a do-it-yourself course where it breaks down everything from your profile to Sales Navigator, how to set up your profile. We got templates in there. I can put the link in the chat if you want. Let me know if that's okay or not. And basically, you guys can take the course, start tonight, and by next week, be ready to know everything you need to learn. So I'll put the link in the chat as well, and you guys can take advantage of that. Um, right now we have a special on there. It's normally $9.97, but this month, since the last month of summer, we have a special at $5.97. So if anybody wants to take advantage of that, while the special is still there, you're welcome to. So yeah, definitely. Thank you again for the opportunity, and please don't hesitate to reach out. Any questions about LinkedIn? I'm more than happy to help.
I don't know anybody who knows LinkedIn more than you do. And you know what? I'm just so excited to have smart friends like you, Julbert. But thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, I know everybody was just wowed by this, by everything that you was just teaching, and so was I. Like the last page about the tools, like I did not know that you could figure out someone's personality. That's crazy. The only thing I was familiar with was
Yeah.
Jasper AI. So thank you so much for sharing all of that. And now it's time to implement, everyone. So I better see your LinkedIn profiles because I know I'm going to revamp mine. And use that 15-minute call so that Julbert can take a look at it and make sure you're in the right direction. So any last comments, questions, concerns? We're closing out. All
Later,
right.
guys. Thank you.
Yes, have a good one. Have an amazing night, and we will see you on Friday. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.